These are the GE Cync Reveal Smart Under Cabinet Lighting Fixtures. They come in multiple sizes, 12, 18, and 24 inches, and they work directly with Apple Home because they support Matter. Each one comes with a little Matter tag. You can pair that directly in the Apple Home app and then control it alongside all of your other HomeKit devices. I'm going to get all into the installation, setup, and control of these under cabinet lighting, but this video is going to be a little different as well because I want to talk about some Prime deals that are coming up this week as you're watching this video. So if you want, use the chapters below. You can jump to where I talk about my favorite HomeKit devices that are going to be on sale. I'm just talking about devices I actually have and currently use in my house, and links to all those devices will be down in the video description. By the way, if you want to see a full tour of my Apple Smart Home with over 100 HomeKit devices and see all the things that I've reviewed and tested, I actually have a page on my website. You can go to beard.fm/HomeKit and you can see all of it. Also scroll down to specific types of items and even see how I use them with automations here. But first, let's talk about these GE Cync under cabinet lighting. They sent me multiple sizes, the 12 and 18-inch ones. In the box, you get the light, which has that Matter code on it, and also several ways to connect it. You can hardwire these directly to electrical wiring or use the plug that's included. That's how I hooked them up. Then you can connect these multiple ways to daisy chain them. I actually have multiple coupled using this coupler. This way the light bars are right next to each other, and each one also comes with a short little coupling cable, and I use that for my final cabinet. There's two little buttons on it for power and lighting controls, but I'm doing everything in the Apple Home app, so I didn't even mess with those. Now, I did decide to set these up before I mounted them, and I was glad I did. These under cabinet lights are Matter over Wi-Fi, so there's no thread connectivity, and it did take me a while to get some of these set up. The Wi-Fi connectivity, it's 2.4 gigahertz, and so depending on your Wi-Fi network, you might have some issues, and I had many failed attempts. I had to factory reset a couple of these lights multiple times by holding the power button for 10 seconds, but eventually I got them all connected to HomeKit, and all 5 of the light bars now live in HomeKit. Once I paired them with the Home app, installation is very easy. There's 2 screws kind of already inside each light bar. Put them into the underside of the cabinet, and it was a very quick installation. Now, when it comes to running power, it is kind of one way. There's an AC input and an AC output on each bar. The way I mounted them originally, I had planned on an outlet on one side of the counter, but realized it was kind of an eyesore because the back side of each of these light bars are much thicker than the light side, which is thinner. So I actually took them all off and remounted them. So the thin side was on front, thick on back, and I had to put it in a different outlet. And that outlet is a little more obvious, and so I haven't gotten the cable management totally figured out for plugging it in. But everything works, all the daisy-chained couplers, and even the short cable going to that last light bar, everything works great. And now that they're all in Matter, I can program them. So you can see here I have the 5 light bars. Each one appears just as an RGB light. They can change colors, and you can put these into whatever automations or scenes you would like. One of the things I decided to do was create scenes for different themed parties. And so I actually have a July 4th theme and a party theme. And in that scene, I actually have each bar being a different color, like red, white, and blue, and greens and purples, things like that. Now, if you really just want to use these for lighting your countertops, you can group multiple accessories. So if you have multiple light bars, differing sizes, you can go to an individual device and choose group with other accessories, and then all the light bars will just appear as a single button here in the Home app. A little easier to manage, but then you can't change colors for individual bars. So I'm keeping them separate like this because I like to be able to do the whole party thing. I also created some automations where at sunset, the cabinet lighting turns on to a nice soft kind of orangey white color, and then turns off 4 hours after that. Once all the light bars were connected in the Home app via Matter, they've been pretty solid, haven't had any issues with them disconnecting. Just know that that setup process might be a little time consuming getting them on your network. Overall, I found them easy to install. Once they were in the app, they've been very solid, and I can automate them, change the colors however I would like. And they're pretty reasonably priced. If you want to get the 12-inch bar, that starts at $60, and you can double that to a 24-inch for only $8 more. They're very easy to install with those captive screws, and it's especially nice in the evenings when I want some light but not have the big kitchen lights on. These have been pretty convenient. I'll put links to those GE under cabinet lights down in the video description and to a ton of other HomeKit devices because Prime Day is July 16 and 17, and a lot of my favorite devices are on sale, so you can save a little bit if you're trying to retrofit your home for a bunch of things. So here's some of my favorite HomeKit devices that are on sale for Prime Day. Some you can see right here in the video. First up, the Eve Energy, which is a smart plug. This is thread enabled. I have multiple of these in the studio. Actually, my key light is on an Eve Energy and both my hair and fill light. These are rock solid because they're thread connectivity and you can get a 2-pack you're going to be able to save on Prime Day. Highly recommend those. Also, if you have a pool or you want to work on something in the garden, the Eve Aqua, which also has thread, is a solid device. It's going to be on sale for Prime Day. I actually use this when I'm filling the pool, and you can program it to shut off after a certain amount of time. So this way I could talk to my watch or my phone, tell it to turn on the hose, and I know it's going to turn off at 2 hours. Perfect amount of time to just put a little more water in the pool. Eve Weather is also on sale. I have this in an automation out on the patio where if it's over a certain degree temperature and it detects motion using the Eve Motion, then my patio fans turn on. If you want to learn more about some of the automations I use around the house, I'll link that video above and in the description. But the Eve Weather is great, not only just to see the temperature that's right outside your house, but in using it in some of those automations. Eve WaterGuard is a great water leak detector. This is also powered by thread. I have one of these in my garage where my water filter and water softener live, and that thread can go all the way down to the floor, and if any part of it gets wet, you're going to get alerted in the Home app. This has actually happened a couple times since we moved in when people were working on the water filter, so I loved being able to get alerted to this. And Aqara has a water leak sensor, but I'll get to that in a second. The Eve Flare is also on sale, and this second generation version also has thread, so solid connectivity. You can actually see the Eve Flare right behind me. That's that glowing blue orb you'll see in all my videos, or it changes different colors too. Plus it's battery powered, so if you want to take it outside with you on the backyard, maybe you're doing something in a party, Eve Flare is a great option, on sale for Prime Day. Also, you can get the Eve Motion Blinds upgrade kit if you already have a roller shade, but you want to make it smart. This also has thread. I have Eve Motion Blinds right here in the studio. That's actually the blackout shades right over here. They shut whenever I run a video scene and they raise automatically. Highly recommend the Eve Motion Blinds. So those are some of my favorite Eve HomeKit devices, but Aqara has a ton on sale as well. Now, most of the Aqara devices require a hub. Not all of them, and I'll tell you which ones in a moment don't require the hub. But I recommend getting a hub just because there's so many cheaper HomeKit devices like contact sensors, water leak sensors. Aqara has some really reasonably priced sensors like that. And once you get the hub and you invest in that, then all those sensors, it's just easy to retrofit the whole house. Aqara's newest hub, M3, will be on sale. It actually supports Matter, has thread, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. It's really powerful, also power over Ethernet, which is nice. But if you want to save a little money, you can get the older Aqara Smart Hub M2. That's going to be on sale as well, and I've used this for years. This will also get all those Aqara devices into HomeKit. Now, some of my favorite sensors for Aqara, the contact sensor, I have them all over the place. I have them on a mini fridge that's outside, so I get notified when the door is left open. I have it on my patio doors, internal doors. The Aqara contact sensor is rock solid, and again, once you have that hub, you can put these on a bunch of doors, and it's not going to break the bank. The Aqara E1 Camera is going to be on sale. Great little device. It does pan and tilt, although you will need to use the Aqara app in order to do that panning and tilting. That's not a control currently built into Apple Home, but it's a really reasonably priced HomeKit secure video camera, meaning you don't have to pay an additional subscription for video recordings. If you already have iCloud Plus or you pay for iCloud storage, you get that built-in HomeKit secure video recording included. Another great camera is the Aqara G2H, and the nice thing here is it actually acts as an Aqara hub as well as a camera. So if you don't have an Aqara hub right now and you wanted to get a camera and maybe some other Aqara devices, the G2H can be the hub and camera for your Aqara ecosystem. So great device there. When it comes to smart locks, I recently reviewed the Aqara U50. It is the most reasonably priced home key secure lock. $150. It's going to be on sale for Prime Day for even lower. You can use a PIN code, which you can set up directly in the Apple Home app, and you can tap your Apple Watch or your iPhone to unlock your door with that Apple Home key. I have an entire video on that. I'll link it above and in the description, but the U50 is a great option for a smart lock. I mentioned water leak sensors before. Aqara also has their own water leak sensors. I have these under every sink in the house basically because you can get a 3-pack, which will also be on sale for Prime Day. Highly recommend those. And if you're looking for a different contact sensor and don't want to buy an Aqara hub, the Aqara P2 is actually Matter over thread. Because it's thread, I found these to be rock solid. I actually use these in multiple places, one being right here on my studio door. This way, when I open the studio door in the morning, my Eve Motion Blinds raise up, my ceiling fan turns on, which is connected to a Lutron switch, and everything gets ready for me to work in the morning based on this one contact sensor. So this one does not require a hub, works with Matter over thread, and it's reasonably priced, especially with all that connectivity inside. Aqara also has a light strip. This one does require a hub, but also supports Matter. I actually have one of these in the studio. It's actually mounted to this bookcase right up here. It's actually hidden behind one of these poles. This way it can shine on the back wall, but you don't see it, so that's my T1 light strip, put it right there. And the last deal I'll mention, the Narwal Freo X Ultra Robot Vacuum. This has been my favorite vacuum to date. I've tried a bunch from Ecovacs, Roborock, and I just love the Freo X Ultra. I did a whole video review on that as well. I'll link it above. But if you're looking for a robot vacuum, this one is going to be on a crazy sale, like $400 and more off. So highly recommend. Cleans really well. You can just watch the whole video for the full review. But links to all the things that I just talked about are down in the video description. Buying them from Amazon through my links helps support the channel, so I appreciate that if you do. But also, I just love all the HomeKit stuff. Again, you can see my full smart home tour if you would like. I'll put that video right up here. And if you want to see more about those automations where I use these contact sensors, I'll put my automations video right up here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you go. Hit that like button. If you have any questions on smart home, shortcuts, automations, and more, leave those comments below. I'll answer those personally. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.